I'm arriving into London, Waterloo, on a class for 155. I think these are supposed to leave this year, so it's nice to be able to ride it. It also surprised me because on real-time trains, it was like a mystery train, as it just said pathed as electric multiple unit, and I thought it would be a 450. Anyway, let's get off and head to the bus stop, as today is the first day of the new Bakerloop bus. I went to Waterloo Station, Waterloo Road, and I found the bus stop which has the Bakerloop, but actually, this is an alighting point only, which I didn't notice until I saw a bus going towards Lewisham, on the other side of the road. I ran to bus stop D, where the Bakerloop actually leaves from, and I tapped in. The bus is actually free for the first week, but this video will be released after that first week. If you don't know, the Bakerloop line terminates at Elphant and Castle, which is not very far out from central London. In fact, it's even in Zone 1, which is rare. There were several plans to extend the Bakerloop line, and none have gone ahead so far. This bus follows where the Bakerloop line was supposed to go, stops at where the new train stations would have been, and then finishes at Lewisham. I guess this was cheaper than extending the tunnels, but also, it feels like one of those temporary solutions that end up being permanent. A bus is never going to do as well as a train on the same route, as trains are faster and just more appealing. The only thing that makes a bus better is the cheaper fares, but people are often willing to pay more for speed and more space, especially in the peak. Well, that's what I think will happen anyway. The inside doesn't look as nice as I'd hoped it would. We have the barman moquette, which you can find on the Bakerloop line, which is nice, but I would have preferred the seats we have on the Enviro 400 EV, or the BD11, but with the barman moquette instead. A few months ago a BD11 was wrapped in a special livery that the Bakerloop could have gotten, and inside it was fitted with the barman moquette. I prefer the livery that was chosen, although I thought it was ugly when I first saw it. However, the interior is a lot better on the BD11. Back to the Enviro 400 EV. There's an accessible section, as you'd expect, but it's a bit smaller than I thought it would be. There's dot matrix, not the future spec screens, which isn't very good, but, oh, well, upstairs, it's the same.
BL1 to Lewisham Town Centre.
And yeah, it looks like what you'd expect upstairs. There's USB ports at every seats, but not stop bells, which the SL4 had. The bus stops at Waterloo Station, Waterloo Road, Elphant and Castle, London Road, Elphant and Castle, New Kent Road, Burgess Park, Dunton Road, Old Kent Road, Ilderton Road, New Cross Gate Station, Lewisham Station, Vale, and Molesworth Street. I saw a few other Bakerloop buses going the other way, and there were bus traffic jams everywhere around Elphant and Castle. This flyover looks fun, and I think all other buses don't use the flyover as it skips a bus stop. We're an express bus, so we don't need to stop there anyway. Just after New Cross Gate here, the bus turns right, and you're very close to New Cross Station. Also, by this point, something happened to the iBus screen. But anyway, let's press the bell. No sound. Okay, let's get off. Here's some pictures of the outside of the bus. The bus deposits you right outside the Lewisham Centre. Time for my thoughts now. I don't think it's very good. As I mentioned before, this is one of those temporary solutions that will probably stay for a very long time. An extension of the actual Bakerloop line would be a lot better. And the buses aren't even that nice. The future spec Enviro 400 EV with barman moquette would be a lot nicer. The bus just feels a bit old. Even if it's literally the first day of the route existing, it wasn't the most pleasant. And that BD11 that they wrapped at some point was a lot nicer. So I'll give this 2 stars. Anyway, that's it, I guess. Bye.